Yo, what's up guys, my name is Mr. Freeze2244 and welcome to the patch notes for July. This is the 3.120 update. This is the one that included Ambrose Island that came out recently, which is what you're seeing on screen right now. So if you don't, I'm going to be showing gameplay on the screen of Ambrose Island, so if you don't want to get spoiled for Ambrose Island, I recommend watching this video at another time. But if you are interested in the patch notes and stuff like that came out with this update, there's not a lot, but I'm going to run through them pretty quickly. And yeah, I will show the most important things on the screen. But if you want to follow along with me as well, I will leave a link to the blog post in the description as well, if you'd like to follow along with everything I'm about to say about it. So I can take you from the very top. It says, here we go. Another patch for Hitman 3 Year 2 is here, and this one is a bit different. As well as the usual fixes, live content, we're also releasing a new and free sandbox location for all Hitman 3 owners. Ambrose Island is undoubtedly the highlight of this patch, but there's plenty more to dig into. Let's get started with the core patch details. This is information in regards to the actual size of it all and stuff like that. On July 26th, which is now 3 days, 3 days ago? Yeah, 3 days ago. Hitman 3 will be updated to 3.120 on all platforms, PS5, PS4, Xbox One, Series XS and PC, Stadia and Switch. There's no download required for cloud-based players on Stadia or Switch though, simply wait for maintenance to conclude. That's irrelevant because, you know, it's already out, the patch is already out. There's no point in releasing the patch details and timeline because it's already out. So let's move on to the new additions in the game. So, game settings preview. We've added a visual preview widget to all gameplay settings in the options menu, including heads-up display, mini-map, and interactions. As you toggle between on and off, and other choices, the widget will update for each individual selection where it makes sense. There is also animations to mimic the gameplay experience, which I really do like. It actually shows what it represents in the game, which is a good addition and good quality of life change for the options menu. I do like it. PC, NVIDIA DLSS 2.4.3. We've officially deployed DLSS version 2.4.3 with the July patch. We were intentionally using 2.3.2 since the May patch because we were aware of some visual issues with previous version of 2.4.3. So they've obviously now fixed that, so no, 2.4.3 is now available in Hitman 3. Is it going to increase in performance compared to the previous DLSS? Maybe slightly, but having played on it recently, I can't really see any discernible differences between the previous DLSS and the current one. I still think DLSS is a good addition to the game, but I do not recommend using this with. I do not recommend adding ray tracing on top of the DLSS. DLSS by itself is just great. Don't bother using the ray tracing at all because the ray tracing will kill any PC that's currently out there, even with the top of the line, top end GPUs with a 3090 like I have. Even with a 3090, I'm getting like 20 FPS with DLSS on Ambrose Island, so it's just pointless having ray tracing in the game, which is what DLSS is supposed to help with. Elusive Arcade tweak. We've made a back-end change to Elusive Target Arcade, which allows Hitman 3 owners to play all existing and future arcade contracts, regardless of their ownership of Hitman 1 or Hitman 2. Previously, players were required to own an access pass for Hitman 1 or Hitman 2 to access the relevant arcade contracts. This change allows us to create arcade contracts that were not restricted to targets from the same game. We're now able to pick and choose from the full roster of available elusive targets to create more variety in themes. You'll see the first of these to appear in-game starting in August. I think I actually mentioned in a recent live stream, it's really weird how this came about, because like a few days ago I streamed Stray, new cat game that came out, pretty cool. I streamed it and I had the same idea, because to make elusive target arcade contracts interesting, they could shuffle them and have like a elusive target from 3, elusive target from Hitman 1 and hit elusive target from Hitman 2 and shuffle them that way. That would be pretty cool. Or having 2 elusive targets from the same map, that would be cool as well. And lo and behold, that's what they've done. I'm not saying that they watched that and added it in. I'm just saying it's just one of them weird coincidences. It's strange, but it is a good addition. But that means if you don't own Hitman 1 or Hitman 2, and if you play an arcade contract from Hitman 2, that means you have full access to the map, right? Not with all the challenges and the main targets, but you still technically have access to the entire map, because that's where the targets are. Unless I'm reading that wrong. But it's a good addition overall, and that means that they are not restricted anymore, which is good. PS5 activities. We've made a change to the activity cards for PS5 users so that more relevant ones are shown based on what you own. I don't really know that much, not really that much when it comes to that sort of thing. So let's move on to the fixes and improvements. Stability improvements. We've improved general stability across all platforms by addressing several issues that could cause the game to crash or freeze. We've resolved an issue where players would be unable to attain mastery level or item unlocks if they encountered a server disconnection while transitioning between levels, restarting, replanning, exiting to the menu, or finishing a level. We've tweaked several things to prevent this in previous patches, and this additional change will make the chances of it happening even smaller. AWOL heads-up display. We've resolved an issue that could cause some elements of the heads-up display to disappear if players save their game whilst the mission name/location is displayed on screen in the opening seconds of a mission. Note, this fix will only impact Steam and Epic players, whilst the issue remains for other players. Our next patch will fix the issue for everyone else. So, that's a good little change there. Well, good fix, I should say. One thing I know they haven't fixed still is the on PS5, it's exclusive to PS5, this issue. On the screen, when you start a mission in Hitman 3, in the Hitman 3 map, you'll have the saving icon in the bottom right corner of your screen, and it will stay on the screen until you push pause, and only then it will disappear. It's only a PS5 problem, and it's really frustrating that they still haven't fixed that yet. I'm pretty sure it's been reported several times, so hopefully they will fix that in the future as well, because it's really annoying. Anyway, moving on. Side flash. We've resolved an issue with the Hawk 21 covert pistol where the muzzle flash was extremely bright and non-aligned with the barrel. But that's funny, that is, because I played recently of Ambrose Island. I used the DAC SMG, and I was experiencing these same flashing problems. So basically, if you've got photosensitive epilepsy, that could cause a problem. So yeah, I don't know if that was just a random glitch that happened with me, but that happened to me yesterday. But at least it's fixed with the Hawk 21, because from what I heard, it's really blinding how bad that bright light was. But that's strange, but at least it's been fixed now. Next thing we're a little bit sad about, because I actually quite like this little glitch. It says she stopped gurgling. So we resolved an issue where NPCs could get stuck in an endless animation loop after being injected with a sedative syringe. And I actually did a video on that. I did it with Tamara on Mendoza, and I found it quite funny. I think the name of the video was something like "Something Stuck in Your Throat, Vidal." But I'll leave a link to that in the description, because I don't have the clip anymore, unfortunately. But I will show you a link to that video in the description to see exactly what this has been fixing. But it's a shame. Basically, if you was crouching with a sedative syringe and you poison someone and you don't move, they will get stuck in that gargling animation. They'll go blah, 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 and they'll do that endlessly, and it's hilarious. But that's been fixed now. But I quite like that glitch. I thought it was quite funny. But I guess it can be annoying if you was trying to play the game as intended. So I understand. Next is the Ashen 6. It says, we've updated the description of the number 6 with gloves suit, just in time. Updated the description. Oh, okay. I was going to say I thought it was glitched wrong with the suit then. Never mind. Tropical sheen. We've resolved an issue where the tropical suit, which is the Haven Island unlock, was way too shiny. I haven't personally noticed that one. I'm not sure about that. Chongqing conceal crash. So we've fixed a crash that could occur when concealing an item in a trash can whilst taking cover in a particular location in Chongqing. If you don't, again, I've said this before, if you don't tell us exactly where that occurs or show us what you're talking about, why put it in the patch notes? It's just, I don't know. Antisocial. We resolved an issue where the lawyer in Mendoza was holding his phone upside down and the wrong way around. That's quite hilarious. I wish I had a picture of that. That would be quite funny. Quite funny to see. Photographic destruction prevention. We've resolved an issue that could prevent players from earning the Silent Assassin rating in Dubai campaign mission. Specifically, players who were spotted by a camera and then disabled the cameras via the server room terminal would then be unable to race recordings throughout the normal camera recorders. Well, does that mean that you can't... Yeah, manually, do you mean? Because if you could just shoot it, surely that would... I don't know. Well, that would seem annoying. I've never noticed that glitch, but that would seem annoying. I'm glad that's fixed. We resolved an issue where players would immediately be spotted when starting at the meeting room in Dubai on master difficulty level. Again, that would be really annoying as well. But then again, there is some spots out there, like for example Hokkaido. If you start as a surgeon, as soon as you start the mission and you immediately leave the blend spot, you get spotted straight away. So you have to let the camera play out, because there's a surgeon that walks behind you. It's kind of annoying, but it is what it is. Lust keys. We've resolved an issue where players were unable to pick up keys during the Lust Assassination escalation, which is the 7 Deadly Sins mission. We've ended the conspiracy theories in Berlin and removed the barcode from the back of guest list man's head, aka Ziegler. He was never part of the Ortmeyer's army, and now he never will be. I've never noticed that before. It's funny how they find these things. They must talk about them a lot on the forums or something. FSP audio. We've resolved an issue where the menu music would not resume after viewing a cinematic in the free starter pack. Okay, so the next section is the World of Assassination fixes. Hokkaido Snow Festival Suite. We've resolved an issue where it wasn't possible to start the mission in Tobias Reaper's suite. Now this starting location will be unlocked by default. Stingray Vision, Villa Vision. We've resolved several issues that could cause NPCs and especially targets on Haven Island to see through several walls and floors. Oh, finally! This was a complicated and tricky issue to address, but it seems like we have caused by an AI vision blocker in the door template for this level. Essentially, whenever NPCs open a particular door type, they were unable to see everywhere within the mansion. They were able to see everywhere in the mansion. Okay. I'm guessing that's the door to where the sauna is, because that is where I was getting problems. Whenever I used to enter there, like an NPC across the hall would see, which is strange, because he has to see through like 3 walls. So this was especially troublesome if Tyson Williams was involved, because his character animation was him looking down frequently, which meant he could spot 47 several floors down. Note, unfortunately this issue will be only resolved on PC with this patch, and will be included on the next patch for all other players. That sucks. I mean, it is what it is, but that's annoying. But hopefully, I'm glad they've actually finally fixed it though, but that's annoying. It's not involved in this patch. Woodson Creek Bitter Pill. We've resolved an issue where the laser security wires could trigger an alarm, even after players disable the alarm system. This was occurring after players performed a saved load cycle. I haven't played those for quite a while. Those, what are they called? What were they called now? Just like, no, not bonus missions. I can't remember what they're called now, but you'll let me know in the comments. I can't remember the word of them. But yeah, that's overall everything in the patch notes. It's not quite as much as they made out it was going to be. They sort of bigged it up on social media that it was going to be a surprise in there or something like that, but I didn't notice anything major to take away from that. I don't know why they don't release patch notes like a day early or way before the update comes out. Why release it after the update comes out? It doesn't make any sense to me. When it comes to stuff like Grand Theft Auto or Call of Duty, I understand they're massive games, but they release patch notes before the updates are even out. But they release, for Hitman, they release the patch notes after the game, after the content comes out. Even with Ambrose Island, they released a trailer after the map got released. I don't understand the practice behind that. I don't understand why they do it. If you do it before, everyone can get excited about what they're about to play. Nevertheless, I'm not involved in their marketing team, so it's just my thoughts, that's all. But overall, that's everything that's included in the patch notes. I will give my thoughts and opinions and stuff like that on Haven Island probably in the next week or so. I want to just give it some more time, put more time into the map before I form a proper full opinion on it. So far, from what I'm gathering from the comments and stuff like that, people are very mixed on it. Some people are saying it's great, some people just don't like it at all. But everyone has their own opinions. I certainly have my own, but I quite like it at the moment. From what I've played so far, I don't have any problem with it. But I will show you, I will try and explain and go into more details. Probably a little review coming the next week or so, so make sure you are subscribed for that. But overall, that's going to do it for this particular video. So thank you very much for watching. Feel free to drop a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you are new to the channel. Hit the bell notification to be notified of all future videos and live streams. Consider supporting me on Patreon, or even becoming a member of the channel by clicking the join button below or clicking the link in the description. I've covered all the challenges for Ambrose Island, so if you want to see the full playlist of challenge videos, I'll leave a link after these scrolling credits on screen, and you'll see the full clip there. So thank you very much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video, whenever that may be. Cheers.